Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first introductory episode of the ACTIONr podcast series. This podcast marks the beginning of a series where we'll explore crucial topics concerning the nitrogen cycle and discuss the optimization of nitrogen use. In future episodes, we will be hosting experts from research and agriculture to share their experiences and insights on various issues in this sector. I am Elena Papadopoulou, a chemist and postdoc researcher in the Laboratory of Plants and Environmental Biotechnology at the University of Thessaly, working on the Twinning ACTIONr project, which is funded by the European Union's Horizon 2021-2027 Research and Innovation Programme under Grant Agreement number 1010-79-299. We are starting the series with a brief overview on the importance of nitrogen in plants and agriculture. It is well known that nitrogen is the most abundant gas in the atmosphere, where in the form of atmospheric dinitrogen gas, it makes up approximately 78% of the air we breathe. As one of the primary nutrients essential for the survival of all living organisms, nitrogen is a critical element for plant health and development. This explains why it is the most widely used fertilizer nutrient in agriculture. In its molecular form, as a triple bonded diatomic molecule, atmospheric nitrogen is very stable and difficult for plants to break down, making it unavailable for direct use by plants in its gaseous state. Plants obtain the nitrogen they need through a process called nitrogen fixation, which is fundamental to global agriculture. This process is most common in leguminous plants such as peas and beans due to their symbiotic relationship with nitrogen-fixing microorganisms in their root nodules. These microbes, which include bacteria and other single-celled prokaryotes called archaea that live in the soil and in the roots of certain plants, are capable of converting molecular nitrogen from the air into ammonia by breaking the strong triple bond of molecular nitrogen. Once nitrogen is fixed and ammonia is generated, other types of bacteria convert ammonia into nitrite and nitrate, forms that can be used by other microorganisms and absorbed by plants to produce organic molecules. Now, to understand how important nitrogen is to crops, we must consider its fundamental role in all biological molecules within plants and how essential this element is for plant functions. Nitrogen is required for many critical plant processes at the cellular level, including nucleic acids in the nucleus, chlorophyll in chloroplasts, energy production by mitochondria, and the production of amino acids and proteins by ribosomes. Nitrogen is a key component of chlorophyll, supporting the porphyrin ring structure of the molecule. When assimilated by plants and transported to leaves, nitrogen drives the synthesis of photosynthesis-related nitrogen-containing compounds, such as enzymes and coenzymes, completing the entire photosynthetic process. Its distribution across the plant is closely related to leaf growth and photosynthesis efficiency, which in turn influences plant growth and grain yield. Nitrogen also plays a crucial role as an energy transfer compound within the plant, ensuring that energy is available whenever the plant needs it to optimize yield. As a result, the application of nitrogen can increase the greeness of plants, the rate of carbon dioxide assimilation, and crop quality and yield. It has also been shown to improve plants' resistance to environmental stresses, such as limited water availability and saline soil conditions. In densely populated areas, the use of chemical nitrogen fertilizers has been the primary driver of continuous food production increases, contributing to improved crop yields and the adequacy of land for farming. Thus, the use of nitrogen fertilizers can help secure the food supply. But the question remains, does all the applied nitrogen fertilizer get fully assimilated by crop plants? Now, the answer is that not all the applied nitrogen is taken up by plants. On average, only about 50% of the applied nitrogen is effectively used by crop plants. The remaining nitrogen is lost to the environment through various pathways. Leaching, where nitrogen, primarily as nitrate, is washed off into groundwater and surface waters, leading to water pollution. Denitrification, a process where soil bacteria convert nitrate into nitrogen gases like nitrous oxide, which are then released into the atmosphere, contributing to greenhouse gas emissions. Ammonia volatilization, where ammonia gas is lost to the atmosphere, particularly in high pH soils or when fertilizers are left on the soil surface without incorporation. These nitrogen losses can cause significant environmental impacts, including water pollution, greenhouse gas emissions, and the depletion of soil fertility, leading to both economic losses and environmental imbalances that affects biodiversity. Excessive application of nitrogen fertilizers can be estimated and potentially monitored using the concept of nitrogen use efficiency, an indicator that expresses the ability of plants to use nitrogen efficiently for their growth and biomass production. Nitrogen use efficiency shows how well the fixed nitrogen, particularly the applied nitrogen, is being used by a crop. It can be practically evaluated in several ways based on how much nitrogen was taken up by the plant or by determining how much yield was achieved per unit of nitrogen added. Nitrogen use efficiency is calculated using the ratio nitrogen output to nitrogen input. This provides a useful tool to measure the amount of nitrogen taken up by crop compared to the amount applied to the crop. To provide a simplified example of nitrogen use efficiency measurement, if 100 pounds of nitrogen fertilizer are available to be applied to a crop, and this amount is applied all at once before planting, while 70 pounds are recovered by the crop during the growing season, then the agronomic nitrogen use efficiency is 70%. This means that 30 pounds or 30% of the nitrogen was lost to the environment through denitrification and leaching. Consequently, nitrogen use efficiency is a widely used tool in crop breeding. The goal is to improve crop yield while simultaneously reducing input costs such as fertilizers and minimizing nitrogen's impact on the environment. Therefore, increasing nitrogen use efficiency can help reduce farmers' input costs and increase their profits. In conclusion, the higher the nitrogen use efficiency, the more of the applied nitrogen is taken up by the crop, positively impacting both the environment and farmers' profits. Stay tuned for upcoming episodes and more in-depth discussions that are on the way. Thank you, and please don't forget to like and subscribe.